Today, we are going to learn the various spiritual phenomena and two excellent spiritual competent persons. Where let's learn the spiritual surgery, healing from a far place, projection of astral body, aura, and spirits behind the person, etc. Then we'll consider the spiritual abilities of Jesus Christ and Swdenborg, who showed the excellent supernatural phenomena historically. First, let's see about the spiritual surgery. There are two kinds of this medical treatment. One is the obsession treatment. That is, a surgeon living in the afterworld goes into a surgeon. This phenomenon is called obsession. Goes into surgeon, and the ghost makes the surgeon perform surgery. The other one is the direct treatment of the ghost itself, namely a materialized ghost does surgery himself. In a certain religious group, this sort of medical treatment can be thought to be the God's ability, but it has nothing to do with God. The representative spiritual surgeons who are well known to the world are Clifford Lloyd of England. He died in 1958. Arrigo of Brazil and Terte as well as Antonio of Philippines. Next, healing from a far place. And the subject is healing from a far place. It is a quite mysterious method of healing patients who are at a faraway place of several kilometers or several hundred kilometers from the medical doctor. It is a matter of course that the medical doctor heals the patient with his psychic power. And as the fourth dimensional world is the one that transcends the limit of the time and space, this unimaginable healing method can be possible to be used. Next, Jesus Christ's miracles, the miracles of Jesus Christ. Historically, the most excellent spiritual healing person can be said to be Jesus Christ, for he cured the patients of leprosy, paralysis, cripple, tears of blood, 혈루증 in Korean, tears of blood, an obsessed mute, and miraculously, he even made a dead person live again. All of which facts are written in the Bible, as we know well, and this fact shows some phases of Jesus Christ, who was the excellent person of the spiritual capability. Well, the next title is Projection of the Astral Body. When an astral body goes out of the flesh body, flesh one, we call it the phenomenon of the astral body projection. A living person is connected with the astral body with a spiritual line, but a dead person's spiritual line is cut from the real body completely, and we call it the phenomenon of death. A spiritual competent person who disciplined himself or herself high can make his astral body go out of his flesh body, flesh one, as he wants to. And he can meet a person who is several thousand miles away from him, or he can watch some landscape far away from him. Historically, the most excellent person who had got the ability of projecting the astral body seems to be Swdenborg. After projecting his astral body from his flesh one, he traveled through the preliminary spiritual world and heaven and hell. Here, the preliminary spiritual world, not the heaven or hell, but the preliminary spiritual world, is the preliminary world in which a newcomer of a dead person's spirit takes rest and understands the fact that he came to the fourth dimensional astral world. In Catholics, they call this world the purgatory world, namely Swdenborg, watched those surprising words minutely or in detail and wrote a book of troubling report. The title of the book is I have traveled through the astral world. In Korean, 나는 영계를 다녀왔다. This book is 나는 영계를 다녀왔다. The original title of the book is different from this title. Mr. Hajegi translated and compiled Swedenborg's book for Koreans to read easily. And the title is 나는 영계를 다녔다. The other book written by Swdenborg is Heaven and Hell. This is the Heaven and Hell, 천국과 지옥, translated by Kim Eun-kyung in 2003. The most dangerous thing in the course of the projection of the astral body is that some other spirit tries to go into the body of the projecting person. And in this case, there is a fierce fight between the two souls. Therefore, it may be safe to learn the skill of projecting the astral body from the good and competent teacher. There is a very simple phenomenon in which an astral body comes out of the real physical body. And in this case, the mind, while the remembrance does not disappear or change, but remains as it first was. Why is it wrong to commit suicide? The reason is that the dead person does not usually have any religion, and the dead person has the same thought as well as sense, just as it was before the death. And furthermore, the shape of the astral body has the same shape as the physical body. Therefore, at first, the dead person does not perceive the fact that he died already. As a result, the soul becomes the region-changed ghost. That is, he does not move away from the place where he committed suicide. In this case, a special person who can see the fourth-dimensional things sometimes sees this sort of ghost at light-dimmed night. And sometimes this region-changed ghost hovers over the surface of the earth, and sometimes a group of ghosts moves at light-dimmed night. In Korea, this kind of ghost is called the 도깨비불. As this ghost is an astral fourth-dimensional body, it cannot do any harm to the general living persons, and so we need not be afraid of this ghost. Well, the following photograph shows us that an astral body moves away from the physical body. It's written by Choi Hwan, last report of UFO. The title of the book is The Last Report of the UFO. UFO 최후의 보고서, page 268. Well, the next title is Aura. When we see photos of the historic saints like Buddha or Jesus Christ, we can see somewhat golden light around their faces. I suppose that the painters might have drawn the real existence. Aura can be seen around the body of human beings or animals, but it does not belong to dead persons. Aura is formed around the outer surface of our hands or backside of our head. According to the research of Reed Peter, who studied aura, we can have the following knowledge. There are several types of aura. Those who are highly intelligent have the aura of gold color, and those who believe in God deeply with a pure and naive mind have the color of red-violet. In this case, the violet color contains a little red color. And the healthy persons have the violet color, and the angry persons have the red color. Furthermore, the unhealthy persons have the coffee brown color. Well, there is an apparatus used in the study of aura, and it is called the Kirna screen. It is said that an ordinary person who does not have the spiritual ability can see the aura when he wears this pair of spectacles. Well, next theme is spirits behind the person. There are many kinds of afterworld living spirits who affect the humankind. First, spirit affecting a person, or spirit behind the person. It is a sort of spirit who protects a general person in everyday life. And next, the guardian spirit. This is the central spirit, and usually it is the ancestor spirit who died several hundred years ago. It is the most influential spirit who affects the person decisively and greatly. And third, guide spirit. It is the spirit who teaches and guides a person who for one's special talent or skill. And next, helper. It helps the guardian or guide spirit. Well, next theme is control. Control. It is the controlling or commanding spirit of the side of the spiritual world at a spiritual meeting or contact meeting as it communicate with a dead person. And the next, related spirit. 인연령 in Korean. An ancestor-related spirit comes into one's body and affects him greatly. Sometimes this related soul can be a spirit of animal. And next, animal spirit. 동물령 in Korean, animal spirit. Literally, it is the spirit of an animal which exists after it dies, such as the spirit of the dog, cow, horse, goat, etc. The spirit of these animals comes into the body of men or women and influences them very much. I like to say about this theme later in the part of the reincarnation. And next, the natural spirit. It is a living creature of the fourth or fifth dimensional world, like the dragon or the spirit of a mountain, which has no experience of being incarnated into the body of the humanity. The shape of the dragon is nearly the same both in the Oriental or Occidental world, and so I think that some painters who could see ghosts or the fourth dimensional things through those pictures. And next, newly created spirit. This is a quite extraordinary phenomenon in which a spirit is created newly when a spiritually competent person or a common man or woman only thinks of some person or something and a new spirit is made. Quite surprising phenomenon. The created spirit begins to act quite independently from the creator or other persons. This sort of spiritual creature is the transformation of mind into the fourth dimensional creature, and this sort of existence has been called the newly created spirit or living creature, 생명 in Korean, 생명, for a long time.